Hi everyone, welcome to CodeStackPath JavaScript fundamental course. So in the previous video, as we have discussed already regarding like syntax and in of like output. So in this video, today we'll be discussing about few JavaScript operators, JavaScript few conditions, and we will be discussing regarding loop, string, numbers, and function. Okay, so let's start. Uh, First of all, uh, we'll start with JavaScript operator. So, what is JavaScript operator? The operators are basically mathematical and a logical computation. Uh, Basically, we have been four operators. Like one is assignment operator, uh, which is equal to. So this is the assignment operator. This one is basically used to assign any values. Okay. Then comes a addition operator. Okay. So this operator is basically used to add values. Okay. And next is multiplication operator. So this one is like this, like star. So this one is basically used for multiplies values. And one more operator is there, that is comparison operator. Either it can be like greater than or it can be less than. Okay. So it is used to compare values. Okay. So now we'll be discussing regarding JavaScript assignment. Okay. So now assignment operator. We'll be discussing regarding assignment operator. So what is assignment operator? As we have already discussed in the previous video, like in the while doing the while going for the syntax. So before we have a variable like x and we are assigning that variable value as 5.97. So how we are assigning this variable value to 5.97 will the is the as is equal to. So as I have already told you, is equal to is an assignment operator. Okay, so that's why we have mentioned x value is 5.97. Okay, so how will we doing this? So not let x, and this is the assignment operator, and we will be assigning the value of x is equal to 5, 5.9 or 09 or something like that. Okay, or we can also not only for x we can create any variable like let value x underscore value. Okay, so we'll be assigning the value of x underscore value is equal to like 100. Okay, so like this we can assign values of a variable using assignment operator. Okay, so now coming to the JavaScript addition. So as I have already told you, like addition operator with this is for we'll be using plus. So plus this is the addition operator. So how we'll be doing? So we already have let x value is equal to 5.09 and x x underscore values is equal to 100. Let's suppose we can rename it is equal to y. Now using the addition operator like is plus, so we can calculate the value of z. Okay, we can add x and y both. So z is equal to x plus y. Okay, so if we calculate this one, so the value should be 105.09. So for this one, I am removing all the existing function what I have written, and this one is for Java. Okay, let it be demo function, and we will be assigning this value we'll be writing this code under this function. Okay, so now we have only one demo function, so we can remove this button. We can remove this button, or we can comment this button. Okay, so let's comment this button. So now what we have to do is we need to like we need to get the output of addition of x plus y, and will show that in this HTML element. Okay, so what we have done is document dot get element by id, and we already have a id like demo dot inner html is equal to, and suppose z value z. Okay, so now if we run it, we'll get the value of 105.09. This is how we can add two variable using this addition operator. Okay, so now let's come to the multiplication. So instead of addition, for multiplication we'll use this operator. Now if we run this one, we'll get 509. Okay, so the multiplication of 100 into 5.09 is equal to 509. This is how we can multiply any variable. Okay, using this star operator. So basically the star operator is for multiplication. Okay, so there are also different types of JavaScript operator, like arithmetic operator is there, assignment operator is there, comparison operator is there, logical operator is there, and there are lots of operators there. Now coming to the JavaScript arithmetic operator. So how the arithmetic operator it will work. So let's suppose we have a value, let x is equal to 5.09. Okay, and what we want in calculation, like let y is equal to, this is the 100 plus 30 into x. What we will be doing, this is the arithmetic operator. So this, for the arithmetic operator, we'll be using, like we need to get out, we have to get the output, we'll get the output for y. Okay, so now if we run this, if we do, the output is 661.69. so using this arithmetic operator also we can calculate the value of y, and if we have the value of x, then you can get the value of y using this operator. Okay, so operator we have already told you, like plus is for addition, hyphen minus is for subtraction, star is for multiplication. Okay, and double star, what is the double star? Double star is for exponential function. Okay, and this one is the division, and this one is the modules. What is modules? Modules means division remainder, and this one is for increment, double increment. I'll show you that double increment one while I'll be discussing regarding the loops. Okay, and this is one for decrement. This one also I will discuss. I'll show you in the while we'll be doing that JavaScript loop. So increment and decrement I'll show you in the JavaScript loop. So this one is also the operator. Okay, so now coming to the JavaScript string addition. So how to add two string using the JavaScript string addition. I have already told you, like you have a variable or you have a string, and we will be doing this using the addition, like plus I have already told you, that is concatenate. Okay, So let's suppose I'll be removing this one. Let's remove this one, and this is the stack code, and the value of y is path. So for both the value of x and y is string, x value is also x value is equal to string, and y's value also is string. So now we will be getting that let z is equal to, or for better understanding, I will show you like string1, string2, and we'll get the output for string3, string 3. Okay, so now we already have the string 1, like we have assigned the string value in string 1, so this one. Now we have to add these two, string 1 and string 2, and we want the output in string 3. So plus double quote plus and string 2. Okay, so now if I mention this string 3 and replace it, and if we go there, we'll get the output for string code path. So this is how we can add to string. So what I have done here, so suppose I'm taking an string and assigning this value of string in string 1 variable. The same I am doing for string 2. Okay, and I am taking a variable to store the addition of string 1 and string 2. Okay, and string 1 and string 2. So in the string 3, I'll be doing the string 1, that is the value, that is the string, and I'm concatenating or adding the value, adding the variable using plus addition, plus operator or addition operator. Then I will be, as we don't have any space, so if we did not mention this one, so it will be, the output will be like this. And I want this stack space code space path. So I want the a space in between code and path. So in that situation, what I'll do, I'll just take a space and this addition and operator. Okay, so this is the string, and in the string I have mentioned a white space or space, so that while adding these two variable in between, once this space will be also add. And this, now we can see the stack, we already have a space in between code and path. Okay, so this is the JavaScript string operation. Okay, now coming to the string and number, how we can add string and number both using JavaScript. So in that situation, we already have a string 1 stack code, or we can have a path. Okay, and let's suppose we have a number. Let number is equal to suppose 2026. So this is the number. Okay, so now I will be adding this string 1 and number and storing the output into a variable string 3, or we can mention like output. But now we have a string 1, and instead of this one we will be like this one. Okay, so now if I do this, what will get the output, will replace the string 3 with output, and if we try it, we'll get code stack path 2026. Now I want a hyphen in between this path and 2026. How it can be done? So for this, we'll take a string hyphen and we'll take a plus for addition. So first we are doing this one string, then I'm adding this hyphen with this adding this hyphen with this variable string one, then I am adding this adding this number using the number with the string one and that hyphen. Now you got, if you got the output, you will get like stack code path hyphen 2026. Now we want a space between path and hyphen 2026. What it can be, it will be like doing this. Sorry, it can be done like this. And if you try it, then you will get a space before hyphen and after hyphen. Okay, this is how we can add string and number in JavaScript. Okay, so now coming to the JavaScript assessment, sorry, it's not assessment, my mistake. JavaScript assignment operator. So assignment operator basically assign values to JavaScript variable. Okay, so the addition assignment operator plus is equal to add values to a variable. Let's suppose we can do like this. How we can do, we'll be doing this one like sorry, let, okay, so let remove this one. Okay, let x is equal to 10 and x plus is equal to plus is equal to 5. Okay, so now I want the output of, sorry, I want the output of x. So now what is plus is equal to? So I have already told you plus is equal to is the addition assignment operator. Addition assignment operator. Okay, means the plus is equal to, you can write is the same as x is equal to x plus y. So okay, so this is the same. If we mention x plus is equal to 5, okay, so this is the same as x is equal to x plus 5 minus this is x plus 5. This is the same actually. Okay, so now if I get the output, we'll be getting 15 because we already have x value is equal to 10. Okay, now x, now if I, this one, we already have x value is equal to 10. Okay, so what it will be? It will be like x is equal to 10 plus 5, like this. Okay, so the output is 15. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. Now we'll get the output. Now we'll get the output of, see, 15. So this is the main funda of JavaScript assignment operator. There are lots of you can use, like is equal to, as you already know. Plus is equal to, just you have seen that one. Minus is equal to is there. Okay, and multiplication is equal to is there. Division is equal to is there. Modules is equal to is there, and in this one is equal to also there. Okay, this one is also in JavaScript assignment, not assignment. Yes, JavaScript assignment operator. Okay, now let's coming to the JavaScript comparison operator. So what comparison will do? that's the basic thing you guys already know. Like comparison operator are used to compare two values. So it will always return true or false. Okay. So suppose we already have a value of 10. Okay. And what we want this one, like we can mention it like this, or for let y is equal to 8. Okay, so now is equal to x greater than y, like this. So what will be the output? The output will be true, because we already have 10, x value is equal to 10 and 8 is equal to y's value. So obviously 10 is greater than 8. So that's why it is satisfied, and the output we are getting is true. Okay. So also instead of this one, we can write it as a this one. We'll get the same output true. So if we like this one 10, sorry 8 and 10, what will be the output? The output is false, because 8 is not greater than 10. Okay, that's why you are getting the output as false. So this is the comparison operator. So also we have few comparison operator. Double is equal to, okay, that is equal to, double is equal, means equal to. So for example, x x double is equal to let's suppose 10. So if I get the output x double is equal to 10. Oh, sorry. Okay, and what will be the output of x? It is, let's see, it is 10, because we have this one. Okay, but we didn't compare here. So for comparison, we have to take a variable, or we can just mention this one under this one, first bracket open close, and this one. Let's see what will be the output. We'll get true, because we already have assigned the value of x is equal to 10. Okay, x value is also already 10, and we are comparing this x value, means 10's value, 10 value is equal to this 10. So this is the both 10 is equal to 10. So that's why we are getting the output as true. Now there is also one operator which is triple is equal to. So equal value and equal type. Okay. So suppose we have x10, that is number. Okay. And if I mention this one, x is equal to 10. So this one is also a number, and the value of x is also a number. So we'll get the output true. But the value of x is equal to number, and we are getting a string. So now you get a false, because this is the value, this is the number, and we are comparing the number with a string. So this is not a valid comparison. So that's why we are getting the output as false. Now we have a another operator, not is equal to. Okay. So not is equal to is basically we will be doing like this, not is equal to 10. We have already assigned a value of 10. 10 not is equal to 10, it is already false, because 10 is equal to 10. So we'll get the output false. But if x not is equal to 9, so we'll get the output is equal to as true, because x not is equal to 9 because we have already assigned a value of x, like 10 obviously is not is equal to 9. 10 is not 9. 9 is 9 and 10 is 10. So that's why we are getting a, while comparing these values, we are getting it true. But if we mention obviously 10 is equal to 10, so it should not be not is equal to, it should be is equal to is equal to. So in that situation, we'll get a false. Okay. Another operator is double is equal to, not double is equal to. Is the same. Triple is equal to and not double is equal to. That means first it will compare two things like not equal value and not equal type. Okay, not equal value and not equal type. So we already have x value is equal to 10, and if we add this one and both are number, so we'll get false. But if we have mentioned it as a string, then we'll get the value is equal to true. Okay, so this is the comparison operator. Few more operator is there, like I have already told you, greater than, less than, greater than is equal to, and less than is equal to. Okay, so this is the operator. Less than is equal to, greater than, x greater is equal to, already I have told you, like x greater 10. Okay, so the output false. X less than 10 will also get the output false, because 10 is equal to 10. If we value 9, we'll get the output false. But if we mention greater than, we'll get a value 2. So now we have a value x greater than is equal to 9. We'll get a value of true, because x is greater than and is equal to 9. So if I put it as a 10, we'll get a value of true. But if I put it as a 11, we'll get a false, because 11 is not less than 10, or 10 is not greater than 11, and 10 is also not is equal to 10. So that's why we are getting a false value. So now if we mention like this one, or sorry, this one, then the output is equal to 2. Okay, because 11 is greater than 10, or 10 is less than 11, less than is equal to 11. First it is satisfying this one, but it is not satisfying this one. As it is satisfying this one, so you'll be getting the value of the output is true. Okay, so this is the main funda of that operator. And we are also have few operator, like this is logical and, or this is logical or, and this one is not. This is logical and this is logical or, and this is logical not. Logical not we already show you, like not is equal to or not double is equal to. This is the logical. And this one is x. What is the logical one? I'll show you the logical one later. Okay, few of the I need to show you a few example of the logical one. Okay, so for this one, for logical operator, we'll be doing so this is, yeah, for this one, the logical like all this is the JavaScript operator. Okay, so now we already have show you arithmetic, we already have show you assignment. Okay, comparison we have already show you the example, and conditional operator we have already show you. Okay, so now coming to the JavaScript condition. So there are few condition like JavaScript if condition is there, if else condition is there, JavaScript ternary condition is there, switch is there, boolean is there, and logical condition is also there. So now coming to the JavaScript if. Okay, so basically the thing is like it is if statement is execute um, a block of code when the condition is true. Okay, once the condition is true, then only that if statement it will execute. So suppose we have how we can mention the if statement. If we have a few condition, and under that condition will block means whatever the code you want to execute, so that should be in this under the if condition. Okay, for example, we have an okay we have an if condition our less than 18. Okay, now under that I want to show green ing is equal to good day. Okay, this is the one I want to print. So one more thing, so instead of hour we can just write, we already discussed about a date one. So new, let do one thing, date let date is equal to new date function, and I want to get the hour from that date. So using the get hours function, we can get the value of hours from the date. Okay, so now we have a date is less than is equal to 18. Then we want to write a dating good day, or we can mention it good day, or we can mention it like document dot get element by id demo dot inner html is equal to, either we can mention greeting like this, or we can mention good day like this. As we have already taken a variable greeting, we just put it a greeting and let. Okay, so what will be the output then? Okay, it is doing nothing, because let's print this date what it is coming. Let sorry alert date. Okay, so if I try it, we are getting 22. Okay, so 22 is greater than 18 but not less than 18. So in that situation, what I will do, date greater than 18 is equal to good night. So now if I try it, we'll get this good night. So in that situation, what I have done, I have taken a variable using the date function and that dot get hours, it will get the hours from the local using the local date time, local time. Okay, so for now my in my local time is 10:42, so that's why we are getting 22. Okay, so now we are getting the value of date is equal to 22 and we are assigning the value under the condition and date like 22 greater than 18. So if that value of date greater than 18, then this code will execute. Okay, so if we are getting the value of in this situation, we are getting the value of date is equal to 22, which is greater than 18. So that's why we got the output at good night. Okay, if I mention this as less than, and if we try it, see, we didn't have any output because we didn't mention mention in JavaScript like if it is greater than, we have a condition for less than, but I didn't write a code in JavaScript. I didn't let JavaScript know like um, I didn't tell JavaScript like if the date is greater than 18, then what it will be. Okay, as there is no else part, so that's why we are getting no output. If we mention the else part here, okay, and if we mention the same here, okay, good night and good day. So if I run this one, we get a good night because date 22 is less than 18. If the date is less than 18, then we will get output good day. But in this current situation, in this logic, in this condition, in this output, the date we are getting is 22, which is greater than 18. Okay, so that's why you are getting the good night output. Okay, so this is the if and else, if else condition. Okay, so now coming to the ternary. So what is ternary? Suppose ternary like it is the shortest um, form of if and else condition. Okay, let's suppose we already have a date is equal to 18, sorry, date greater than or less than 18. Okay, and once the date less than 18, we are getting the output good day, and if date greater than 18, then we are getting the output good night. Okay, now using the ternary operator, let comment this one, and using the ternary operator, how it will be? It will be like we have, okay, let date, okay, we already have date, and we already have date. Okay, so let um, output is equal to what it will be, date. We need to compare with the date, right? Because we are getting the value of date, otherwise there will be no, there will be a like wrong output, will get a JavaScript error. So date and less than 18. Okay, so once it's less than 18, then this one. So what is the meaning of this one? So this is the condition of, okay, so if I break this, so this is the condition of if, okay, and after if condition, this is the, this work as a like separator, or you can say uh, in a simple word, it work as a bracket. Okay, so if condition, so this is the condition, and this means the bracket one, and we can this, I will first will get good day, and this is the else one, and we'll get the we'll get the value good night. Okay, so what I have done, okay, one more thing, we need to get the output. So the output is equal to this one. Okay, so we are assigning this string, whatever the condition it is satisfied and whatever the output it is getting, we are assigning that string out, we are assigning that output to a variable. And if I break this one, so first we need to write the condition, then we have a operator, this is called ternary operator, this one and this one. So this one we have a ternary operator, and this is coming when this condition is satisfied, and this one is coming when this condition is not satisfied, that means this one is a else part. So in simple word, for better understanding, for better store in your brain, always remember, first we have to put condition, then this one is a if condition, if we have mentioned if it is satisfied, if it is satisfied, jigyasa chihna if it is satisfied, or semicolon, not semicolon, quote is this one is a else part, means once this condition is satisfied, we'll get the output this one. If it is not satisfied, then we'll get the output, will coming to the else part in here. So this we can mention as a else, and this we can mention a if under if condition satisfied. Okay, so now what will be the output? It will be good night, because we are getting the date in 22, and the 22 is greater than 18 but not less than 18. So that's why it is not satisfied in this, it is just satisfying this else part. So that's why you are getting the output, we are getting the output good night. Okay, so this is the JavaScript ternary operator. Okay, now coming to the switch. So basically, what is switch? Switch is a control flow. Okay, so based on the condition, switch select one or more code block to be executed. It can be many condition. Okay, it can be cases. I'll show you how to write that one. Case 1, case 2, case 3, and there is a default condition. Okay, switch, and when to use switch? Switch is often used as a more readable alternative to many if else statement. So there can be, suppose you are working on a website and there is a function where you have to mention if else, multiple if else. So in that situation, instead of multiple if else, you can just use switch case. Okay, so for dealing with the multiple possible values. Now how the switch case uh, we can write. So first switch switch, okay, switch. Then we have to write a expression. expression, expression. Okay, now say curly braces open close. Then under the switch we have multiple cases. Suppose we have a case x. Okay, then we are writing few condition and writing few executable code, then break. Why break? Because when the case 1x is satisfied, then it will break that particular condition. Okay, particular cases, this case. Okay, now coming to the another case, case y. There is also you have write few code block and you have mentioned break. For each and every cases, under each and every cases there should be uh, mm, there should be a break. If we didn't break, if we didn't mention break, so it will like continuous. It will be going like continuous process. And for now, we'll be going for using these two cases. And I have already told you, like in switch, we already have a default. Sorry, default condition. Okay, for default we didn't have mentioned break because that is the last case of the switch expression. Okay, so now coming to the how it is working. So the switch expression is evaluated one. First it is evaluating. Okay, then the value of expression is compared with the value of each case. So whatever the expression we have mentioned, so those expression is comparing with each and every cases. Okay, so suppose x is equal to 1, we have a expression, or we have the date expression like today is a Tuesday, so we are getting a day from date function, and we are executing, we are comparing that today's date with multiple cases. So that is the expression. Okay, so once this is matched, the associated code block will execute. So suppose today is Tuesday, and in case X, okay, here we have mentioned, sorry, we have mentioned Tuesday. For case Tuesday and expression today is Tuesday, so this one is satisfied. If that Tuesday is mentioned in this one, so this and Monday, and this one is Tuesday. So this today is Tuesday. So now Monday is not a Tuesday, but Tuesday is Tuesday. So we are satisfying this one. So this case is satisfying. Okay. If there is no match, suppose we have another, we only have we only have these two, but we have case Wednesday, but today is Tuesday. For both the cases, case Monday and case Wednesday, for both the cases, no code will be executed. Okay, so let's suppose, for given an example, new date, okay, dot get day. Get day basically to get the value of current. Current means your local um, date, local day. So if I'll let you know, like we have mentioned date is equal to new date. So what will be the value of new date? Alert, uh, sorry, date. say today is Tuesday and we are getting the date of this one. Okay, so now if I date dot get day, okay, so from whatever the value is 2 means um 2 means Tuesday. Okay, so date dot get day, get day function. So now we'll get the value of date is equal to 2. Okay, now in case 0, because we are calculating, we are comparing week, so first we'll start with 0. So in case 0, the day will be, let sorry, in always remember the indentation, otherwise you will get an error. Day is equal to, sorry, is equal to, we will be getting Sunday. Okay, then break again, Sunday 1. Okay, let's copy this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, because we have 7 days in a week. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so why 0? Because in every date or in every week, calendar week, it start with a 0. Okay, we have mentioned as a 0. If we have a date like Tuesday, and let's suppose Sunday 0, always remember, like for system only, uh, everything is start with 0. Everything start means the condition or the date or the um, week, or if you're comparing with week, everything would start with 0. Okay, so uh, in the array, I guess in array, we it when we are key value, we have a data, then we already have 0, then 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. So the same in the array also, the position, basically the position of that value always start with 0. Okay, we can mention it 1, but by default it is coming with 0. Sunday, Monday, then Tuesday. Okay, then it coming to the Tuesday, then we have a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, by default we have a default value, or in the situation there is no default, so we can just read that default. Okay, so day is already there, day, and we can In the last case, we just remove the break because for the last switch case, we don't need the break. But in the previous, whatever the cases we have mentioned here, for those we need a break because this is the last one, right? So for the last one, the code will execute and it will show like, yeah, this is the last, and it can easily break it. Okay, now switch and document dot get element by id. We have a demo is dot inner html is equal to string will be concatenating today is let's suppose plus the day. Okay, now as you can see, we already here it is saying identifier day has already been declared in 8, means this one. Okay, so we already have a day 1. Okay, so now we can remove this one. We can identify day has already been declared. Okay, so the day is already, so instead of taking each this one, we'll take a global variable let day. Okay, so we'll take a global variable, then we are assigning that variable value under each and every cases. Okay, so this is as the best practice, not in the best practice, this is the actual practice, actual means code. So instead of let, like for each and every cases let, it will not be working. Okay, as we are getting an error. So now what will be the output here? So date today is Tuesday, so it should execute, will get the case of 2 and it will execute the Tuesday. For now we'll get the output of date. First we'll get the output of date. We'll check like what we are getting the output of date. Okay, so if I click on try it, we are getting the value of date is equal to 2, and for 2 case 2, what we have a day, Tuesday, and what will be the output of it should get Tuesday. Okay, so as we are getting the value of date, okay, or we can date. So in this one it's also it will work. We're getting the value of 2 and we will be getting the value of 2, and for this case it is satisfying and we are getting the value of case 2 is Tuesday. Okay, so this is how the um, JavaScript like JavaScript switch case is working. Okay, now one more thing. So regarding this break, okay, so we are mentioning the break as I have mentioned you, we are mentioning the break each and every cases, but we are not mentioning the break under the last case or if it is a default one. So what is the break working of break keyword? So as I have already told you, break keyword is just break the condition once it is satisfied. Okay, or it is not satisfied, or it is satisfied. Not satisfied. If it is satisfied, then it is breaking. Okay, so basically the break keyword, it is breaking the switch case. Okay, means we have output of expression of switch, and we are getting, so once it is true, we are getting the value of output Tuesday, and it is breaking the switch condition. And once it is break, so the value of day Tuesday, it's stored into the variable, and it directly comes, you are getting the output today is Tuesday. Okay, so basically it stopped the execution inside the switch block, and no more statement in the switch block will be executed. Okay, so it is not necessary to break the last case. The switch end breaks there anywhere. It is the by default, so we can't. You can mention, but you can also ignore that break keyword. Okay, so now we'll be going to the Boolean one, JavaScript Boolean. So what Boolean data type is basically do is, so it is a primitive data type that can only have two values. Either it is a true or it is a false. While comparing, I have already shown you, while comparison or and a condition, we are getting a true or false. Okay, so if comparison means if x is equal to 5, then we are getting a value is equal to true. If x is equal to x not is equal to 5, then we are getting a value of condition like false. Okay, so that is the main thing of Boolean. Okay, so I'll show you I'll show you an example, just a small example to recall it. So let x is equal to 5. Sorry, x is equal to 5. Okay, and we have a value of now we'll get disregarding document dot get element by id, and this one is a demo dot inner html is equal to this one x double is equal to 8. What will be the output? We have a value of x is equal to 5, which is not 8. X is equal to 8. No, so we'll get the false. This is the Boolean output. But if it is 5, then we'll get a value output, Boolean output true. So this is basically a JavaScript Boolean things. Okay, and we also have a logical one. I have already shown you the logical one, like this x logical operator. Yeah, logical operator. This one is like and operator and this one is operator conditional or logical, or this one is logical and this one is logical not. Okay, so what is the example? That there is a few example, like let me give an example here. So we have x less than 10 and y greater than 1. Okay, this is an example. Okay, so what will be the output? So if okay, let me comment it out. No, remove it. You can remove it. So let x let out output, and I am taking this output here. Now we have an expression x less than 10 and y greater than 1. What will be the output? X is not defined. I am so sorry. Let x is equal to 6 and let y is equal to 3. Now we'll get output because we have already mentioned x and y value. This is true because x means 6 is less than 10 and y means 3 greater than 1. Both the condition it is satisfied. So that's why we are getting the value of true. Okay, so now we have this one. What will be the output then? The output will be x6 is equal to 10, which is satisfactory, and y3 less than 1, which is not satisfactory. So in this situation, we'll get a output false. So and operator, it should be it should, whatever the expression in the bracket, it should satisfy. Otherwise, it will get a false. You will get an output false. Once it is satisfied, you will get an output true. In this expression, this condition is not satisfied, so that's why we are getting output false. But when instead of logical and, if we mention logical or, for logical or, either this condition should satisfy or this condition should satisfy. If this one is satisfied, we'll get a true, because in both the conditions, any one condition can satisfy. One, if in any one condition is satisfied, any one condition is satisfied, then we'll get a output true. But if we have mentioned this one, what will be the output? In both the scenario, in both the condition, it is not satisfied, so we'll get a false. Now when we got this one, in this expression, this condition is not satisfied, but this condition is satisfied because 3 is always greater than 1. So now we'll be getting output true. This is the logical operator in JavaScript. Okay, so we have we already show you logical if condition, else if condition, ternary operation, switch case, and Boolean operation, and logical operation. One more logical operation is pending, which is not. Logical not. How the logical not will work? Let's see how the logical not will work. Let's suppose we have x is equal to 6, y is equal to 3, and output, what we want the output for this one. I have already shown you. I'm just 6 in this situation, 6 is equal to 3. It will satisfy it. Let's see. It will not satisfy because 6 is 6, 3 is 3. 6 is not a 3, or 3 is not a 6. It's a complicated one. 6 is not a 6, or 6 is not a 3, or 3 is not a 6. Okay, let's see. If we mention, uh, sorry, we mention this one, then that is true, because 6 not a 3, 6 not a 3, or 6 is equal to not a 3. Okay, 6 is equal to both the number is not same. That's why we are getting a true. But instead of this one, we can also write this one. That is true. But if it is 0, it is equal to, we are getting false. So we can use the not operator like this one also, or like this one also. Which one is preferred? You preferred. You can use both the situation, both the position is correct for not operator. Okay. Now coming to the JavaScript loop. Okay. So loop can execute a block of code a number of times. Okay. So what is JavaScript loop then? Loops are basically not that much complicated. It's basically easy to use, or it is a fun thing. Okay. So loop are handy if you want to run some code over and over again. Okay. So that time mm, uh, we can use loop. Okay. So for in a simple example, mm, using same code, um, if you want different output in every time. So the thing is like, once a loop is running, then you are getting a uh, uh, different output. One second time, one that the same code is running, you are getting a different output. So at that time, we will be using loop. Okay. So instead of writing like same function multiple time, we can use like loop. So let's an example for, I'm giving you an example, then I will explain you everything. So suppose we have a set of data, CONST. We have a set of data. I am not getting it late because this one is a constant variable. The cars is equal to you're getting array, and we have a multiple value under this array. Okay, so suppose we have a 6 value under this array. First we have a BMW, then we have a Volvo, then we have like Tata, then we have Audi, then we have Fiat, and we also have a Lamborghini. Okay, so what, we already have a loop, and what I want using this JavaScript loop, I want to segregate each and every value which is under the array in a string or in a text format. So I want the output like this one. BMW, and then we have a Volvo. Okay, like this. We want the output like this. So basically, we are separating those array. We are breaking the array into a single text. So for that, let text is equal to blank. So first, we'll take a variable text, which is a blank variable. Now, for let I is equal to 0, as I have already told you, the array also start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm starting it with 0, sorry, this one, and I greater than, sorry, less than car dot length. What is car dot length? Car means we have a variable whose value is this array, list of this values, which means array, and I want to count how many data is there under the array using the length. Means I want to calculate the array length of that car. Car means not of not. I want to calculate the length. So if we have only BMW and Volvo, then we only have it, and we are getting a cars dot length. Then we will be getting 2. Let's see what is the car length. Alert. In a simple scenario, I will show you GTH. Okay, what will be the value of car? What will be the output? So for now, I'm just commenting the code. So if we try it, see, we are getting a value of 6. That means in the array we have total 6 value. If we remove these 3, 4, and if we get the output, we'll get a 2, because under this array we only have this 2 value. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the length of an array. Length, and we are now in this we can calculate the length of that array. Now I plus plus, as in the operator, while I am doing the operator, in the operator I have already told you, like plus plus is an increment one. Why here increment? Because there is a BMW that is in the 0 position. So when I will be getting that output of 0, then it will increment the it will go into the 1. That means it will increment with 1 position. Like for BMW, it is a 0. For 1 position, it is incrementing to the 1 position. In the 1 position, what I have? We have a value, Volvo. So now the current position is 1. Again, while the loop is executed, again it will be adding 1. So what will be the position then? 1 plus 1. So this one, the 2. So output is 2, and we are getting the output. What is the position of 2? What is the value of position 2? It is Tata. So this is how the increment will work. Now it will text plus is equal to, I have shown you, that means text is equal to text plus that car. This is same. So text is equal to car and this one. Why I have mentioned I? Because for each and every I there is a position. So I is in 0th position, it is starting. So this is I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3, I is equal to 4, and I is equal to 5. So all the I, so when it is running, let's see what will be the value of I. It is like, it will be like, if we, this one, what will be the value of I? Let's see. If we run this one, okay, car is not defined. Sorry, this one is cars and my mistake. Document dot element by id demo dot inner html is equal to text. So now we'll get 0 1 2 3 4 5. So I is equal to, what will be the i's value? It is 0 1 2 3 4 5. So each and every time it is printing it i's position. First one, once the loop is first it is once the loop is executed, we are getting the value of I, which is 0. Then again when it is executing, then we have an increment. So 0 plus 1. So we got the position of I, which is 1. Then the text value is also 1. Now again when the code execute, the now 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Then again if now the text value is 2. Now again when the code executed, it is 2 plus 1. Again let's get 3. Now the text value is 3. It is showing like this one. Text plus 1, like this one. If with this we'll get the same. Once first when the code is executed, we have a text is equal to blank. Okay, so now first it is like output is 1. The text output is 1. Now when again the code is executed, we have a text value 0, and now we have a 0 and we have a increment. So it is increment 1. Sorry, increment 1. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So now the text value it will come to set to 1. So once the text value is 1, we have a text value 1. Okay, and we have a I. That means again it is incremented. So it is getting 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so it is getting 3. This is how the increment will work. Now we can mention like car, this one. So now what will be the data? Car, sorry, cars. This is already cars, not car. Now we have a data like BMW, Volvo, Tata, Audi. Okay, now we can use this one plus double quote. We want to break the list of position. So we can do like this and we'll get a this one. This is how the for loop is working. So now if I express this one, so basically under the for loop, this is the expression 1. Okay, so for loop always have a 3 expression. Optional, that is optional expression, obviously. Let this one is one expression, expression 1. This is the second expression, and this is the third expression. Okay, so expression 1 is executed one time when the execution of the code block, before the execution of the code block. Okay, so it will execute before the execution of this code block. Okay, so now expression 2. So expression 2 defines the condition. That means we have a condition, right? like I less than. So obviously this one is a condition. We are getting a length of car which is getting an output of 6, and I is equal to like 0, and every time until it is satisfied, it is getting under the loop. So I greater less than 6. Okay, so this is the condition to execute the code block. And expression 3, it is executed every time the code block has been executed. Means every time this one is executed, this one will execute. First it will execute, then it will execute. Or once it is executed, again it is coming for the loop, then first it is execute, then the code block is executed. Okay, so this is how the for loop works. Hope this one, this you can understand this one, like how it is working, how the expression, and why we have taken the cars and dot length. Because if we mention only cars, the for loop it will not work, because we need an integer, or we need a like defined value. But if in this situation, if I only mention car, then we will get a simple array. So we need a proper condition, we need a proper value to execute any condition. So that's why we have taken a car dot length. Okay, so length is basically to the count of number, the length of number, or the count of or the number of like length of array, which is how many data, how many data are there under the into the array. So this is how we can get the length of an array. Okay, and once we get the length of the array, which is a number, then this I, this one is also a number, because let I, we have already said that I value is 0. So 0 less than 6, which is satisfied, then the code is running. Okay, 0 is less than 0. Okay, so the code is running. So total 6 time, not 6 time, yeah, total 6 time the for loop will work, and we'll get the output like this. Okay, so this is how the for loop is working. And now coming to the while loop. Okay, so while loop executed a block of a code as long as a specified condition is true. What does that mean? Like while loop, like suppose we have an, let's give an example. We have a number, let text is equal to blank. We have this one, because and let I is equal to, sorry, I is equal to 0. Okay, so we are getting a while loop. So under the while loop, we have an expression. What is that expression? The expression is I less than 10. Okay, so it will execute until the I less than 10. Means if 10 is equal, 10 less than is not is equal to 10. If 9 less than 10, until 9 less than 10, that while loop will work. Okay, so 0 less than 10, 1 is less than 10, it will execute. 2 is less than 10, it will execute. 3 is less than 10, it will execute again. 4 is less than 10, it will execute again. 8 is less than 10, it will execute again. 9 is less than 10, it will execute until 9, and it will not execute the 10, because we didn't mention less than equal to. We only have mentioned less than. So that's why until 10, until the ith value is less than 10, till that position, till that number, it will the loop will be running. So now we have a text is equal to plus is equal to the number is okay. The number is plus, because we are concatenating, we are adding this one with the variable. What is the variable name? The variable name is I, and uh, again we are concatenating this with the variable br. Okay, so now we have this one. So once you get the text value, you get loop is longer 10I. Okay, up, my mistake. It is, you'll be getting I plus plus, because every time you will be working on the loop. Either it is a while loop or it is a for loop. Okay, or it is a for each loop. Every time you have to mention either it is an increment. If it is it will be an increment, because we will be incrementing that value. So now what we have, the number is 0 1 2 3. It is running until 9, because 9 is less than 10. 10 is not less than 10. When we are getting this one, now the we have the value of 10, because it is, we have mentioned is equal to, less than is equal to 10 is equal to 10. Okay, so in this situation, this is the output. So this is how the while loop is working. Okay, now the break loop. What is the break loop? When break is encountered in a loop, the loop terminates immediately. Okay, so suppose we have an example like the text. We have a text, and using this one for let I is equal to 1 and I less than, let's come to the 5, and we'll take a small loop I plus plus this one and this one. Now we have a condition if I I is equal to triple is equal to 3. What does the triple is equal to mean? Means first it will check the number. If it is satisfied, both the number is equal, or both the number, the type of number is equal. Okay, so if it is this one, then it will break means it will break the loop, and it will break the loop, and will get the output text class is equal to the number is I and beer. Okay, so now the what will be? Okay, so until the I is equal to 3, so till then it is executed. Okay, so this is how the JavaScript break statement is working. Okay, so now coming to the, if there is a break, there always a continue one. Okay, so now let's coming to the continue. So if the 3, instead of break, I will take it continue. Okay, that means once the value of I is satisfied with 3, then also it will continue, because it will skip that value and it will continue. You can see, I can show you. See 4, because we have mentioned 5 here, I less than 5. So that's why it is getting, if I mention I is equal to 10, it will go coming to the I is equal to 9. Okay. So because 9 is less than 10, so that till 9, the loop is executed. And as you can see in the output, that 3 is not there. Why? Because if the output is 3, it will continue. Means it will skip that 3 output and it will continue to the continue with this loop. So in the break, once it is matching, we are breaking the loop, but it will continue. Once we mention continue, it will skip that output 3 and it will continue till the output is till it is satisfying that this condition into the for loop. This is how the continue statement is working. Okay. So now one more thing, that is control flow. So control flow is the order in which statements are executed in a program. Okay, so I'll show you in an example. By default, JavaScript run from top to bottom and left to right. So control flow, what the control flow will do, it will change the order basis of the condition, basis of the loop, and or basis of the keywords. Okay, so I'll show you the default flow. Let's suppose we have a default flow. We'll removing this one, and we have the value x is equal to 5. Okay, now let y is equal to 6. Okay, sorry, y is equal to 6. Let z is equal to x plus y. Okay, now what is the value of, we'll get output. Okay, now what is the value of this output? This is 11. Okay, so this is the default default flow. Now we have a conditional flow. Okay, so what is the conditional flow? So let's suppose we have let age, sorry, let age is equal to 5 here, and we are getting a text is equal to this one. Okay, blank or text is equal to, is it suppose null, or it can make KNOWUN KNOWN unknown. Okay, now you have a conditional statement like if we have age greater than is equal to 18, then we have we have a text is equal to adult. Okay, if your if your age is greater than 18, then it is adult. Else text is equal to minor. Okay, so now what will be the text is fine. What will be the output? We'll get an output of minor because the age is 5. So if I get age is 20, we'll get an output of adult. Okay, so this is how the conditional flow, conditional control flow, it will work. Now coming to the repetition control flow. Repetition control flow is, I have already shown you, which is that loop. Okay, if I write it like this and this one, sorry, this one, and if we try it, text is not defined, so let text is equal to this. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why it is getting a minor? Until 4, because 4 is less than 5. So this is the conditional like reputational control flow. Okay, so we have already show you like statement like for continue and break and function. I'll let you the function flow later, because there are lots of things is there into the function. So that's it for today. Okay, so if this helped, hit like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Happy coding.